Hello, hope you are okay, and I really hope that you can hear me. My name is Katerina Shlyamina, I'm National Geographic Learning LT consultant, and I need your help. Let's check sound and your screen if you can see the presentation, if you can see this amazing winter hair on your screen. And the title of our webinar, Say Yes to Writing. So please put, unfortunately, we don't have chat box, but we still got questions. And if you can hear me, if you see this amazing hair, winter hair, please put plus or I can hear, I can, it's okay. So great, thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining this webinar. That's really important, and we feel your support by attending our webinars that we work for you, and we really hope that we help you with methodology, we really help you with some amazing and interesting ideas, and the main idea is to inspire you. Okay. So let's start. Usually we start with some promo information, and today I've got some news for you. And before we will start the most interesting part in my mind about writing, I would like to tell you a few words about National Geographic Learning, about our publishing house and service which we provide for young learners, for secondary schools, for adults. The main thing is that I would like to introduce you once again, Wonderful World. There is a new series which we're just started to promote, and you may go through this. We've got Wonderful World for schools, for primary schools, for state schools, and our world. And also you can see close-up and perspectives, that is for secondary and high secondary schools. They are all in the list of Ministry of Education and Science of Ukraine, so you may use them in private schools or state schools and enjoy these materials. The main points I would like you to pay attention to, that is our world. What is interesting, we still got 9 units and 90 to 120 hours per level. There is content and media rich series, 21st century skills practice, where students with the page mission learn about life skills, and also about values. Their mission on this planet, how to care about animals, how to help parents, how to be 21st century citizens, how to be global citizens, and sure, how to appreciate culture, how to appreciate different things which are all around us. And sure, cross-curricular approach, and students deal with project learning. They fill the gaps. They also deal with the tables and different diagrams from the very young age, and they learn through this and use English as a tool. Here we've got kind of an interactive approach. Learners notice patterns and work out a rule of themselves. So first they've got words, that is mainly vocabulary which is presented in the content, and then we deal with this vocabulary. So students have a chance to understand the vocabulary right from the text. And the most interesting thing, I really hope that those who know about our world and this series from National Geographic, you already use our world mobile app. You may go to Google Play or iStore and download for free this application for your mobile phone or tablet, and your students may play these games. We've got games for each level, that is 6 levels, and also 9 units, and there you will find in this game on the board, on the main board, 9 islands where students can explore vocabulary, grammar, and also reading. They may do this in the class, or they can also continue with this like a revision at home. And for teachers, you may go to MindG Connect, register there, and you will have these games. You will have this interesting, let's say, activities for kids on your whiteboard, or also you may use just a screen or a laptop in your classroom and play the same games, but from your laptop, and you will get access to all 6 levels and introduce them to your students. from my experience, I can tell you that they like to play these games in the classroom, and they continue to practice vocabulary, to drill this vocabulary in a funny way at home. So that is really interesting scene, and you will download it for free. But you also need some password and login, which you can find on our students' books on the cover of the book. And for teachers, you will just register, and National Geographic Learning will send you exact password for each teacher according to your school, and you will use this application you will use this program like interactive whiteboards in your classroom, and you will get your special password and also your private email address. So think about it, that is really interesting scene, and you may use it right now. Okay. New series from National Geographic Learning, that is Wonderful World, and 6 levels, 100 to 180 hours per level, but it depends sure on the length of the levels. If you still remember about our previous series like Happy Trails and World Wonders, you will see such things like almost the same things, almost the same approach, easy to teach methodology is quite similar, and sure that is more didactic. Learners given a general rules, then apply these to specific examples and practice. Also, the most interesting thing is that they will deal with the video materials right from the second level of the series, and also they will read amazing facts like weird but true facts about the world, and they will see interesting pictures, videos, and deal with real world and effective English. So from this point of view, you may also follow our Facebook page, and each week we post there weird but true facts with amazing pictures, which you can also use for your classroom. Just think about the level of your students, and you may discuss with them these interesting facts, ask them to bring you some interesting facts. Maybe they know much more from different subjects, and that's how you may teach them and increase their vocabulary and also practice some grammar maybe. So just think what exactly you can do with such posts. Okay, Impact. That is fascinating series for teenagers, mainly this series for private language schools where students learn through different different words. They learn general vocabulary, but they increase their knowledge in different spheres. Here they learn about space, they learn about microbes, they learn about animals, and also this series is really interesting because we've got 2 videos here, and first one is general to practice English, and we've got kind of a live lesson, kind of a mission, a lesson with role model, and these role models, they teach students these amazing global values. And they describe, they discuss, they talk, and they present their ideas, why they decided to do what they do, and what students can do with their life. They motivate them, and they show them the way in their life, what exactly they may try. And also in each unit, we've got our project work, and this project work is also amazing because we've got 3 different projects which are based on the same vocabulary and same grammar where students can practice it, but it could be to write an article, it could be also to create a model, to explore something, so students may try their skills in different fields and think what exactly they would like to do. So here we look at their future and trying to propose them different ways for their realization. Perspectives, and today we will talk much more about perspectives and exam preparation, written tasks and activities, how to say yes, how to be more confident about written tasks and activities, how to understand what exactly should I write and where to get ideas for this writing, how to explore writing, how to be a real explorer in this in this way, how to understand and adapt how it works. So mainly we will talk about writing and about structure of written task and how to understand it and how to work with it, how to make 2+2 example from difficult writing tasks and activities. So perspectives, that is 4-level series for high secondary school and 90 to 120 hours. And here, that is the first series with TED Talks for teenagers. And we will see how it works and what exactly we can do with TED Talks and why it is interesting and important for students. What exactly we can teach with TED Talks to our students, and why TED Talks could be also interesting, not just for our students, but also to teachers, and to understand why it is important and interesting, what tricks we can do, and how to tease about our students and show them the way, how to write, how to understand, how to talk. There is not just about written tasks, there is not just about listening activities, there is also about engagement, communication, that is more about understanding accents, understanding ideas, and bringing their own ideas to the world. Okay, here we will also explore 21st century skills like critical, creative thinking, problem solving, and we may continue this list and make it longer and longer. Exam preparation. Why? Because when we talk about written tasks and activities, we know that we should prepare our students for Ukrainian state exam, and that is why we have to explore and show students how it works, where could be mistake, what exactly they should write. Okay, and sure, challenges. Challenges, we can think about them at last. Because there is important thing which stimulates students' communication, and that is also really important to give them these challenges, like to give them a problem and they have to find the solution. Okay, close-up 7-level series, 90 to 120 hours also. It is more for exam preparation. It's got Ukrainian supplements, and we specially created for Ukraine with some Ukrainian texts, I mean, in English, but about Ukrainian culture and sure about important things which students should know about Ukraine, but in English language. And students also can practice exam close-up and exam task. Exam close-up, that is the idea, the understanding how to be with this exam task, some advices, some good tips for students, and then they practice exam task, the real exam task, the real example of exam task, and students will understand how it works and what exactly they should pay attention to. Ideas focus, where students can find interesting ideas and try to learn how to think critically and creatively, find their own answers and find the ideas they would like to share and spread. Sure, online platform. That is a real effective online platform because students may go there for free without any passwords or login. They just need to go close up, elt.com close up. And there they will find videos, audio materials, and also vocabulary with some definition and some transcription, plus audio materials, so they can also listen how to pronounce each word and practice it, and it will be a good reminder for them how to deal with this vocabulary and what it could mean. Okay, so here you can see some examples, some pages from Close-Up 2nd edition, and that is reading. And you see that exam Close-Up, reading for general understanding. Some tips, how to understand it, and what exactly they should understand, an exact activity which they should do. So here we've got multiple choice, we read the text, we do multiple choice. Ideas focus, some creative ideas which students can bring to you and they should think about. Okay, the most amazing news, live 2nd edition, finally we've got it in Ukraine. I really hope that you will go to our separate online platform where you can find some samples of units. That is the most amazing series from National Geographic for adults. Here you will find more personalization. You will find interesting ideas about critical thinking. You will find ideas about problem solving, and also real modern topics. And here also startups, money, traveling. So everything students need for real life, everything students need for traveling, for doing their business, and also online platform. And in each workbook you will find at the end of the workbook, at the end of the course, you may continue with IELTS practice tests. So that is also interesting idea. So your students want to pass IELTS exams, so they may even practice right after the course. Okay, so more news from National Geographic Learning. I'm really happy to present you our new partner program, and here you can see our plug for first partners. And that is a limited program for schools, for private or state schools. And you may find more information on our Facebook page or on our official site, on the official site of our distributor, linguist.com UA. And that is proud users of National Geographic Learning. We've got amazing name of this program, that is Experts in Teaching English. Why experts? Because each partner will receive the support from our publishing house, and there is regular webinars from our native speakers, and also from our authors, and sure, some VIP events which we're going to provide each year. So let's think about this. If you want to join, you may learn right now much more about this program, and just let us know if you would like to join it. And think about that this program is limited, and each year we will have just 10 partners, 10 schools who are in partnership with us, and they will be experts in teaching English. Okay, more news. If you are a great fan of TED Talks, you finally may deal with some application. Learn English with TED Talks. There is new application. That is not the main course. That is not the main series, general series, which you can use in your school or university. That is kind of a supplement which you can use if you would like to deal with TED, but you don't want to change your series for a while, or you would like just to do something special with this. Learn English with TED Talks. You may also go to Google Play or iStore, download this application for free, and apply for a trial or demo access to this application. What is interesting? First of all, because you will have ready-made lessons with TED Talks, you may practice them, practice vocabulary. Starts with intermediate level, and the highest level C1 level, so that is advanced. What else? The only issue here that you as a teacher may buy not just one access code, but you should buy some access codes for your school or university. Let us know if you're interested in, and we will discuss how we can do this. But for the moment, you may try demo access to this application. So this application coming soon in Ukraine, but let us know if you would like to be updated about this application. Okay, just quick reminder about National Geographic Learning Ukraine periodical. That is kind of a journal where you can find more information about upcoming webinars, about past events or future events in Ukraine, also some news, photocopyable materials, articles, and also different interesting things like some promos, some latest news. So here you will find almost everything. Go to our Facebook page and you may download it for free. We'll also send them via email addresses. So just think about your email if you're updated it, and if you would like to receive them, just text us and we will send it to you once again. We're also happy to introduce this series because here you may register for webinars, for example, even for March or for the end of February, but usually we start to promote them not later than 10 days, but here you may register and be updated about future webinars. Okay, teacher talks, also quick reminder about this. We're still waiting for your videos, and this time there should be amazing conference with the author of Impact, and there is also partnership with different organizations which we're proud to be friends with, and amazing prizes, amazing conference, and sure, thank you for your feedback about this contest. Lots of teachers also called and sent emails that they live with this contest and they are proud to take part in. So take your chance, just join us. No strict requirements, just one video, 10 to 13 minutes, and short abstract, like let's say 6 to 7 sentences about your video. Nothing more. That is not that hard, and sure, we will help you. We will support you. If you need any help, you may contact me. You may text me, call me. So if you need any help, that's okay. Just call, and we're happy and proud to help you. Okay. Finally, let's talk about writing. And here I would like, first of all, we just think about writing and structure, like 2+2 example. So how to be with this and what exactly students should know. Sure, that is more important to think about structure. That is important to think about some useful expressions and understanding of the type of written task. And first of all, we've got different written activities. It could be article, it could be essay, also, let's say, it could be report or anything else. Just think about it. And what's the difference between these things and activities? Here you see that there is a content, and we've got also writing strategy, how to start, what to continue. And the first question is that, will we have the same structure or different? Should we write 3 paragraphs or 4? And that is the main thing, the main idea which we should understand from this. Sure, we need some examples, and from examples, usually we read the text, we read the example, and then we do some activities like you can see here. So we should understand some new vocabulary, we should group or whatever. We should answer some questions. So who is the person writing to and why? So here's the reasoning, and also some discussion, how to write, where we're trying to come up with ideas and think about it. But we may also think about other things like a problem solution essay. That doesn't matter because, first of all, we should understand the structure. We should understand how it works and why it works. And sure, from this point of view, I would like you to see that it's exact page from perspectives. But what exactly to do with this? Because we can do, as we usually do with our students, we can discuss, we can proceed all these activities. But how to make it easier for students, how to make them love writing. First of all, when they understand, they love something, they start to love something, at least they try to love these written tasks and activities. But when there is a mess, so what to do, what to write, what exactly I should do with this, that is the problem. They've got difficulties with this and they do not understand these activities and tasks. So from this point of view, I would like students to think, first of all, about strategies. So, okay, here we should understand paragraphing, top sentences, structuring, making a point. Okay, so paragraphing, how many paragraphs? It depends on written task. When we talk about, for example, article, how many paragraphs should we have? When we talk about story, when we deal with exam preparation and when we deal with exam tasks and activities, that is really important because usually, for example, for story, we've got 4 paragraphs. And when we talk about article, there is it could be less. When we talk about report, it could be 3 or 4. It depends. So from this point, we're starting to explain students how it works and why it works. Okay, topic sentences. Topic sentences, that is the sentences which help us to understand what this topic, what this paragraph should be about, what exactly we will do with this paragraph. We may also call it useful language, useful expressions, but will it work always? Do we have always the same useful expression at the beginning of the sentence, or we've got any other phrase, or we try to paraphrase something or use something else? So here we should think about it. Okay, structuring. So now we've got paragraphs, we've got topic sentences, and that's okay. For example, when we're writing a report, so what should we start with? Solution and then problem, problem then exact solution. Any examples from your life? Any reasons? So here once again, we've got 2 plus, but we still don't have this last 2. Okay, making a point. What does it mean? What points we should make and what we should think about? Okay, from this, for the last thing, like making a point, making your review report, making your written task strong, we should think about something epic. And I don't know, try to think what it should be. Epic. It should be something strong. It should be something hard. What it should be. Okay. So I will show you. What do we think about this? So we've got epic. E for engage attention. Short sentences and strong adjectives to engage the reader's emotions. Is it okay, for example, for formal or informal letter? Is it okay for both or for just one? So that is the other clue to think, and that is the other activity for your students to think about, to deal with the task, to, let's say, make some surgery on this written task and understand what's inside of this hard, difficult, and scary activity. Okay, P, state the problem. Support your statements with facts. Mainly here, it could be some report. It could be application because we talk about problem, not like exact problem, but it could be issue. It could be some question. It could be anything. For example, we can also talk about letter of application. So what you're going to apply. So that is also will be, let's say, in this point, from this point of view, a problem. So support your statements with facts. I, inform about solutions. So first, okay, I would like to apply this. And here, finally, for I, you see how it works. So I would like to apply this because, or it will help me because. Okay, so from this point of view, let's talk about such thing like state clearly what action you want him, her to make, or what action you want to take. And sure, here's some solution. Call for action. So I And here we may introduce students useful expressions. For example, call for action when we would like, let's do something, let's move on, let's continue, let's discuss. So here we apply for exact action, we call for exact action. Okay, what is important? From this, we are started some kind of a surgery. What we got in the first abstract, and we may change a little bit for different tasks and activities. For example, from this point of view, we may ask students to think about useful expressions which we can use to start each letter, to start each, let's say, for example, for E, engage attention. What kind of words, what kind of expressions you think about? Just think 1 minute what it could be. Okay, so could it be, for example, the purpose of, for example, I would like to, or any other activities. So here students may choose and sort these kind of forms, this kind of useful expressions. Call for action, let's do something. Inform about solution. So I see, as a result, I see, it also could be some solution. Or for example, we may also, I see the solution in, and here we've got exact solution. Or I propose, and so on and so on. Okay, so problem solution essay. Here you can see some structure. We've got 4 paragraphs and how to understand exact ideas. To proceed the activities and to proceed the text and teach students to write something, they should understand the structure. They should understand what information that they should provide. For example, here we've got some notifications. So for example, we use topic sentences to start each paragraph. These sentences introduce and express the main idea of the paragraph. Okay, we've got it, so we understand. Okay, we can also refer to sources to strengthen our arguments. So if we would like, we may also put some quotations. We may add some sources of information. We may also even add some links for information. But that is more about problem solution essay. What about report? Here we've got, we sure will have some title. Do we need title, for example, for article? Yes, we need. Do we need title for a short story? Not always. We may use, we may not. Do we need title for a formal letter? No, because we will start our letter from other phrases and we will talk and try to guess what's this about. Okay, so for report, for example, we use title first of all. Here we should highlight and give subtitles for each problem. We need to subheading, subtitles for this text. And the first one will be purpose. So from this point of view, the reader will find exact information. If they would like, they want to skip, for example, problem and start with recommendations. Okay, to solve this problem, I need to do this. So from the last paragraph, they will understand shortly problem and the solution. Why it happened, or how do they know how to solve this problem? And in each paragraph, we will find exact information. Okay, let's continue. And here we've got a complaint. So as we discussed, previous 2 letters, they had some title, they had some topic, but here we've got a letter and we see dear sir or madam. So we start with some statements. And sure, look, at the end. Here we've got yours sincerely, Maria, and the name of the student. And they will understand, okay, for example, for these types of letters, and you may even sort it using stickers, for example, and sort the letters and understand their structure. And students will do in a practical way. They will sort it. They will do some surgery for this kind of activities for written tasks. Okay, and here again, we've got some kind of things. First of all, we talking about problem, and let's go back to the previous epic, to the epic phrases. Here we've got problem, and once again, problem, how to solve this problem or how this problem affected us, and then we also may add abstract, the solution or call for action. Sometimes we may skip some letters from this epic, but every time we will have the same structure. Every time we will have this word epic. Every time we have to provide almost the same strong points for each written task. Okay, once again, letter of application. And here we've got, once again, the same thing, dear sir, madam, yours sincerely. By the way, how many synonyms do you know except yours sincerely, best wishes, what else? Think about this. How many can you count? If that's okay, please put them into the question box so I will see how many different synonyms do you know to this phrase. Okay, I see four synonyms, okay. Maybe you have more, 5, 2, yours spacely, yes, 3, kind regards, yes, yeah, 5. Yeah, thank you so much. So best regards, best wishes, just best regards. It depends, and you may show your students how it works. But from this point of view, you will think about such thing like formal and informal thing, and also practice with students. And once again, you go in a deep with these kind of things. You go in a deep with how it works and mainly structure. It looks a bit like a math. So from this point of view, students will understand how to put these details all together, or not even math. We do this activity and we create something like we do with Lego, and students will do the same because they will understand, okay, so red to red, blue to blue. Okay, let's continue. So writing an article, and I would like you to understand and realize that the structures, they will be almost the same. They will, let's say, students will understand how it works, and you may sort with your students and they will see how it works and why it is easy. And the last question, which could be difficult right after these activities, when students sort them, when students understand the structure, will be just, let's say, grammar and vocabulary. But according to authentic books, like, let's say, you practice vocabulary, new vocabulary, you practice grammar, you practice reading, speaking, listening, and writing. That's the final task, the final activity students should complete. So they did deal with these activities. They did deal with the all the grammar, and that's why when they understand the structure, when they understand so how to put these legos all together, they will write it much easily, and they will understand, okay, so idea I can find here, and the structure then here, problem, solution, or strong points, or here I should, okay, and last one, action. Okay, so I remember this epic and I can write, just need some phrases or words to start with. Okay, when we talk about article, choose an interesting title that summarizes the content of the article. what we should write about. Should we first think about title or first write something? Sure, we should put some notes. Mainly, before writing, we've got some inputs where students, okay, so I will write about, let's say, polar bears, or I will write about stars and moons. So that's why, okay, I should think about this. It could be space, it could be some kind of things which I'm going to think about and deliver information. For article, that is really important to have subheadings, and this would help us to read the article. And from this point of view, the other interesting things, when students understand how to write something, they understand how to read something. So when you deal with the structure, when you split the things and show students in details how it works, and let your students to sort these written tasks and activities to understand how it works, students will read easily. They will read, they will write, they will understand where to find exact information. So here we cover two skills using just sorting. And sure, while you deal with sorting, like for example, first written types of written tasks, and students sort, okay, that is with headings, that is with without headings, that is with, for example, such thing like deer or something like this. So they sort and they understand, okay, here I will find here subheadings, okay, this task got subheadings, so that's enough for me to look here. For example, without subheadings, I will understand where I should find problem, where I will find the solution. So that's how it works. Okay, clear topic sentence, introduction, main body, personal information, personal and examples to make your article more interesting. That was the thing about strong statements, about points, making points, and strong statements. It could be quotation, it could be also some references or your personal experience, which can apply for readers' emotions. That's how it works. Okay, when we talk about the story, we've got just paragraphs without titles. And here, how to understand what information we will find in each paragraph. And these kind of things, like we do, writing a story, writing a report, writing an article, we can see how it works when we read texts. Because we, in authentic books, we deal with articles, we deal with texts, with reports, we deal with the stories. So from this point of view, we will understand, okay, so the answer for this question I will find probably in this paragraph. The only thing you should do is just to count paragraphs. Okay, so the first paragraph in the story will be set the scene. Where does the story start? Who is the story about? When does the story take place? So the main information about the event, what we're going to deal with. Second and third paragraph, main events. What happened? How did you feel? How did the hero feel? What happened next? And we got the main body of the story. And the last paragraph, the end. That's quite typical and understandable, let's say. What happened in the end? So why it happened and what did bring us to the end? How did you or other people feel? Or hero, here we can choose the option. What do you remember most about the events? So the main points, once again, strong points. Okay, useful language. From this point of view, I would like we to deal with such thing like, can you guess, using this useful language, using these beginnings of the sentences, what type of written task we deal with? Okay, try to guess. Dear sir, madam, what it could be. I'm writing to apply, complete my school exams, I look forward to hearing from you soon. Best regards. So do you know what type of the written task we've got here? Application letter. Yeah. Let's take a look. A formal letter of application. Here we've got formal and informal. And by the way, I've got a question which I found about dear sir, madam, goes with sincerely yours or faithfully yours. Mainly we've got few examples, few synonyms for a formal letter, how to end our letter. And you may just go through them, you may change them. So that's not a strict rule to use only these things. So if you want to use best regards, there is quite formal and also faithfully yours, also formal. As for me, I prefer best regards. I think that's not that formal, too formal, but still it's more warmer to me, let's say, more warmer words. Okay, useful language. Now think about this type of written task. Can you guess it? What it could be? What it could be? 3 years ago, I went to Thailand. Unfortunately, no one spoke English. I was just falling asleep when. Didn't have any choice. I got on the bike. I had ended up. So what it could be? A story. Okay. So you know the structure. That is how you understand. And we go back when we discussed this written structure. We discussed what? That the story should start with the place or hero or time of event when it happened. Unfortunately, no one. I just fallen asleep when. That is the main body. And finally, we've got this kind of a solution, what happened next, and the end of the story. So what exactly happened with us? Okay, a story. Okay, now the last one. I hope you can see clear. Yes, we should put comma. I've got a question once again about comma. We should put comma after sir, madam. Okay, what it could be. How to excel at your sport. What it could be. Maybe it's formal letter or story. Can you guess what's this? So I got first answers. Article, essay, what else it could be? One more essay, article, report. So now let's think about such a scene. Why it is important for students to understand, because once again, what type of information, what kind of useful expressions we will use, what exact useful expressions should we learn by heart to be successful, for example, when we're nervous or whatever. So here we've got head of the text, subheadings, and some information. Have you always dreamed? Is it formal or informal? When we talk about article, is it more formal style or informal? That's the question where we're seeing. Okay, I've been passionate about. Go for it. And once again, look at the structure. Do you see some things which we had at the beginning of the webinar, such things as the epic? Engage readers. What else? Problem, information, points, what? That's exact information which we've got. And go for it. Isn't it call for action? Yes, it is. So let's take a look. What's this? What type of written task it is? It's an article. Because for report, we should use more formal style. And sure, we will never use such thing like dreamed. Yeah, it would be a little bit weird if you will bring to your director of studies have you always dreamed about better salaries? So yeah, or have you ever dreamed about better students with A marks? So for report, you should use more formal things. And sure, students should know these tiny points, and then they will understand and love writing, because they will, okay, so just put a few sentences all together, that's enough. So nothing difficult. Okay, so where to get ideas? I would like you to watch TED and go ahead, make up new words. I bet you'll be impressed by this video, because that is good not just for students but also for teachers. That is really funny thing. And one more thing, tomorrow we will put on our Facebook page some links, and you will also find pages from perspectives with activities which you can do with this video and your students. So watch it, enjoy it, and we will have a few minutes to discuss these activities and things. Okay, ready to go.
I'm a lexicographer. I make dictionaries. And my job as a lexicographer is to try to put all the words possible into the dictionary. My job is not to decide what a word is. That is your job. Everybody who speaks English decides together what's a word and what's not a word. Every language is just a group of people who agree to understand each other. Now, sometimes when people are trying to decide whether a word is good or bad, they don't really have a good reason. So they say something like, because grammar. And I don't actually really care about grammar too much. Don't tell anybody. But the word grammar, actually, there are two kinds of grammar. There's the kind of grammar that kind of lives inside your brain. And if you're a native speaker of a language or a good speaker of a language, it's the unconscious rules that you follow when you speak that language. And this is what you learn when you learn a language as a child. And here's an example. This is a wug, right? It's a wug. Now there is another one. There are two of these. There are two. Exactly. You know how to make the plural of wugs. That rule lives in your brain. You never had to be taught this rule. You just understand it. This is an experiment that was invented by a professor at Boston College named Jean Berko Gleason back in 1958. So we've been talking about this for a long time. Now, these kinds of natural rules that exist in your brain, they're not like traffic laws. They're more like laws of nature. And nobody has to remind you to obey a law of nature, right? When you leave the house in the morning, your mom doesn't say, hey, honey, I think it's going to be cold. Take a hoodie. Don't forget to obey the law of gravity, right? Nobody says this. Now, there are other rules that are more about manners than they are about nature. So you can think of like a word is like a hat. Once you know how hats work, nobody has to tell you, don't wear hats on your feet. What they have to tell you is, can you wear hats inside? Who gets to wear a hat? What are the kinds of hats you get to wear, right? Those are more of the second kind of grammar, which linguists often call usage as opposed to grammar. Now, sometimes people use this kind of rules-based grammar to discourage people from making up words. And I think that is, well, stupid. So, for example, people are always telling you, be creative, make new music, do art, invent things, science and technology. And then when it comes to words, they're like, no, creativity stops right here, whippersnappers, give it a rest. But that makes no sense to me. Words are great. We should have more of them. I want you to make as many new words as possible. And I'm going to tell you 6 ways that you can use to make new words in English. The first way is the simplest way. Basically, steal them from other languages. Linguists call this borrowing, but we never give the words back, so I'm just going to be honest and call it stealing. We usually take words for things that we like delicious food. We took kumquat from Chinese. We took caramel from French. We also take words for cool things like ninja, right? We took that from Japanese, which is kind of a cool trick because ninjas are hard to steal from. So another way that you can make words in English is by squishing two other English words together. This is called compounding. Words in English are like Lego. If you use enough force, you can put any two of them together. We do this all the time in English. Words like heartbroken, bookworm, sandcastle, all are compounds. So go ahead and make words like duckface, just don't make duckface. Another way that you can make words in English is kind of like compounding, but instead you use so much force when you squish the words together that some parts fall off. So these are blend words. Like brunch is a blend of breakfast and lunch. Motel is a blend of motor and hotel. Who here knew that motel was a blend word? Yeah, that word is like so old in English, lots of people don't know that there are parts missing. Edutainment is a blend of education and entertainment. And of course, electrocute is a blend of electric and execute. You can also make words by changing how they operate. This is called functional shift. You take a word that acts as one part of speech and you change it into another part of speech. Okay, who here knew that friend hasn't always been a verb? Yeah, friend used to be a noun and then we verbed it. Almost any word in English can be verbed. You can also take adjectives and make them into nouns. Commercial used to be an adjective and now it's a noun. And of course you can green things. Another way to make words in English is back formation. You can take a word and you can kind of squish it down a little bit. So for example, in English, we had the word editor before we had the word edit. Edit was formed from editor. Sometimes these back formations sound a little silly. Bulldozers bulldoze, butlers buttle, and burglars burgle. Another way to make words in English is to take the first letters of something and squish them together. So the National Aeronautics and Space Administration becomes NASA. And of course, you could do this with anything, OMG. So it doesn't matter how silly the words are. They can be really good words of English. Absquatulate is a perfectly good word of English. Mugwump is a perfectly good word of English. So the words don't have to sound normal. They can sound really silly. Why should you make words? You should make words because every word is a chance to express your idea and get your meaning across. And new words grab people's attention. They get people to focus on what you're saying, and that gives you a better chance to get your meaning across. And a lot of people on the stage today have said, in the future, you can do this, you can help with this, you can help us explore, you can help us invent. You can make a new word right now. English has no age limit. Go ahead, start making words today, send them to me, and I will put them in my online dictionary word bank. Thank you so much.
Okay, so that is how the idea, that is how understanding of word formation, that is how the understanding of written task works. Because when we got this written task, when we got the written structure, we understand, when we realize how it works, we understand how to put it all together. Same with words. So now you have an idea. What are you going to write? What are you going to write about? What type of written task it could be? Could it be article or report or review, for example, for this video? What exactly would you like to write? What words do you need? Maybe first you need to think about written task. What type of it? Will be the formal or informal? Can you create your own words? Can you write a story how to create your own words? Okay, what useful expressions do you need? Will you use any of them? Where would you like to use them? At the beginning of the paragraph or at the end of the paragraph? Will it be formal or informal letter? Can you write a letter of recommendation? Will it be formal or informal? Can you recommend this video to your friends? What would you recommend to pay attention to? Okay, just skip the word attention, but I think you will realize it. Okay, what would you recommend to pay attention to? From this point of view, what problems can you face with while you're writing your text, while you're writing your article or review? What exactly can you analyze this written task and tell your teacher or your partner, or think by yourself what exactly you've got problem with? Is it a structure? But if you if you proceeded with your students good enough, like we did today, for example, different types and activities, just sort them, think about them, and understand them. So no, so maybe it will be it'll be grammar. Maybe you need much more useful expressions or words which you can think formal or informal. So, and the last type of question is the most important thing, because when students finished, after proceeding the structure, after understanding the structure, when you make this written task surgery, when you finish this with your students and they understand how it works, when they try to write their own task, they finish their own essay, story, or whatever, they should understand and analyze this task, their previous experience, and face the problems they still got. And I bet that it will be more about vocabulary or grammar. So from this point of view, that is much easier for you to give them extra activities and extra grammar vocabulary activities. Okay, so that's it. I really hope you enjoyed the webinar and you get some useful ideas from this webinar. I really hope that the understanding of the structure, the types of videos, the types of things which can inspire your students were useful for you, and you enjoyed it, and you found something important in this webinar. If you want to get any slides from this webinar, just text me. I'll send you some information from them. That's not a problem. You will get your certificates a little bit later. The main information, our Facebook page, join our Facebook page, because tomorrow you will get the link on our Facebook page on this video, on this amazing video from TED Talks, and also ready-made activities from Perspectives, upper intermediate level. And you can also try with your students this video. You may try to practice authentic listening skills and also some listening skills, and there you will find such amazing thing like challenge for your students, and look what they can do with this amazing vocabulary building, world building. Okay, so Linguist, that is our official distributor. If you'd like to get any books for you, Perspectives, Close Up, or any other, just call our manager, call our phone number, text us, write us, and we'll be happy to send them for you. That is for free for 2 weeks, and then you will return them. That is all for free. We work with Nova Poshta, and also if you are close to Kiev, our driver will bring it to your door. So don't be shy, just call us, let us know that you want to get something from you. My contact details, Katerina Shlyamina, National Geographic LT consultant. If you got any questions about Teacher Talks contest, please pay attention. You still have time. It is open till the 15th of March. So you still have time. There is 10 minutes of video. You may take your phone, you may take any camera, whatever you like, and just send us your video with the inspirational, with the inspiring talk, and we'll be happy to get this. Text me, call me. The last information is about certificates. let's hope you will get them in 1 hour. I'm really sorry if not, because our platform sometimes generates certificates automatically, sometimes not. If you won't get them till tomorrow, let's say till tomorrow 5 p.m. Text me please, and I'll send you by myself. Unfortunately, for those who joined the webinar just for 10 minutes, I'm really sorry, but we will not send you a certificate just because the platform doesn't generate the list of attendees when you join the webinar less than 10 minutes or 15 minutes or something like this. So join us on our Facebook page for our news. Every day we've got amazing posts about everything. And tomorrow you will have link on these amazing TED Talks and also some activities which you can proceed with your students watching this TED and enjoying with your students. Have a fun time. Thank you so much. Hope to see you soon. And see you soon. Have a great, great and amazing week.